Vasek, have you changed any of your goals over the past week?
Yeah, they seem to be changing every week this last month. So, no, obviously, pretty incredible for me. If somebody told me a month ago that my ranking would go up from 90 to, I don't know what it's going to be now, but somewhere near 50s, yeah. So I would be obviously extremely, delighted with that. But just like everything, goals change quickly. When you achieve something, you're never quite happy, and well, lucky for me, that's the case, and so I'm going to be looking to move forward from here.
You got a top 20 win, a top 10 win. It looks like you might get a break in the next round because the guys are 44 and 60, 83, I think. It's
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm playing quarterfinals against someone they're ranked that, they're there for a reason. So they obviously beat a lot of good players, and they're going to be confident as well. So it's it's going to be a bit of a lottery. See, I think obviously the way I'm playing now, if I can keep playing like that, I think at least I'll give myself an opportunity, or there's a chance for sure. But I mean, every match is going to be. I mean, every match at this level is extremely difficult, and so I'll just try to prepare the same way.
In the tiebreak, what emotions are you going through there?
Well, I wasn't really thinking too much, luckily, so lucky for me. But I mean, I was just trying to stay positive. I was up a break, played a couple not loose points, but a couple points I shouldn't have, and then he played a great end of that game to break me back. He returned, too good. So when you return like that, he deserved the break back. I just tried to stay positive and keep going, and I said, okay, just at least hold my serve, try to get the tiebreak, then anything can happen. And and I was serving extremely well at the end, and it just went my way.
Just kind of quickly follow up there.
Yeah.
So when athletes often say when things are going well that the game slows down, and it seems like they're just going through the motions because it's so easy for them in that regard. At what pace do you feel you're playing at right now?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, obviously this is huge for me in terms of confidence. I feel like I can play with anybody now if I just beat the guy at 6 in the world. So that's huge for me. Obviously, yeah, I'm feeling even going to the match, I was confident. I wasn't sure what to really expect because I never played somebody that's that good from the baseline, and I wasn't sure how I was going to handle that. But yeah, I mean, the key was not really thinking too much out there. When there's big moments, just stick to the patterns and try to be solid. And yeah, obviously I was fortunate that it worked out, and very happy right now.
The crowd was electric from my point of view. What was it like from yours?
Pretty amazing. That was the best match that, in terms of atmosphere at the end that I've ever played. Obviously, the Davis Cup, the doubles. Those two were very even in terms of atmosphere. They were both amazing. I can't really choose, which one felt more emotional out there. But this was definitely the most emotional ending and best match of my career, without a doubt.
We were talking the other day about the technical improvements in your game, but what about sort of the game between your ears? It just seems that to get to the level where the top players are, so much of it is not necessarily the ground strokes, but just being composed in the right moments and not letting not being overcome by that. It just seems that is something that you've been very good at during this particular
Yeah,
week.
for sure. I mean, that comes with a few things, to be honest. Maturity, for sure. Over the years, if you keep working on it, it becomes a habit to be, to have your emotions under control. But it is very closely related to your level of play as well. I mean, if you have the level and you're playing well, then it's easier to be, in control and emotionally there, because they're very closely connected. When you're confident, it's easier to be composed and mentally there. So, but like I said, it's also the maturity, and I feel like I've matured there in recent years. Yeah.
Just how tough was it to manage your energy when you play a guy who's only played 2 sets in the whole tournament, and you've played quite a while? And did you feel any breakdowns in your energy at any point?
Yeah, I felt some pains in my legs, a little bit, a couple muscle tweaks here and there, but I think I had a bit of an emotional letdown in the second set, just I think the fatigue got to me a little bit there, and I kind of lost the plot for a few games, and then when I lost the second set, I knew, I told myself now I have to, refocus. It's one set to decide the match, and I just tried to be positive and do what I've been doing these last 2 weeks, and luckily I had enough strength in me to stay composed and play the way I did.
Vasek, from your point of view, what happened with that underneath serve from Berdych in the third set?
From my point of view, from what it looked like to me was the umpire gave him a time violation, and then he served and he wanted to take the point. I don't know. I'm not really sure. The umpire had just finished speaking, so that was kind of a weird moment. I'm not really sure, what happened there. I was a little confused because he was standing at 40, as if it was supposed to be 40 love, but the umpire basically just spoke, so I don't know. It was kind of funny because then he started laughing, so I don't know if it was supposed to be a joke or. Honestly, that was a very confusing moment. I was just kind of, but luckily I didn't lose a point on like that. That would have been bad.
Today you had your first top 10 win. You're reaching your first Masters 1000 quarterfinals, and you seemed pretty disbelieving at the end of the match. How do you feel now? Has it sunk in?
I don't really know what's going on now, but no, right now it's okay. Now I've it was pretty emotional. Just the hard work that I've put in, and to have my first top 10 win and here in front of that crowd, it was extremely emotional. I was having a little bit difficulty controlling it, but yeah, now it's sunk in a little bit, and I have an opportunity tomorrow that I don't want to pass up and prepare well for, and go out there and give it my best. And so now I have tomorrow to look forward to.
Are you going to go watch a bit of the match right now to see who you're going to play and see how they play?
My coach is watching them now, and I'm just going to do my recovery and massage and try to get ready physically for tomorrow, and then I'll speak to my coach about what he saw and what the game plan.
Yes. A lot of expectations were there for Milos at the beginning of the tournament, and people didn't know you as much, obviously, as him, but it seems like you're the story of the tournament now. How does it feel to... People knew you here, obviously, because you played in the past, but do you feel this is really your week that, people will remember you now?
Well, it feels amazing, but hopefully it won't be the only week that people remember me by, so hopefully I'll have a few more weeks, but it's definitely extremely special. There's no doubt about it. It's the best tournament in my career by far so far, and so yeah, it's huge for me, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from here.
En français maintenant, où vous classeriez cette victoire et puis la semaine en général?
La victoire, c'est le meilleur de mon carrière, c'est sûr. Devant les partisans ici en Montréal, en Canada, l'atmosphère était incroyable et c'était vraiment très spécial et beaucoup d'émotions à la fin là-bas. Alors, c'est sûr, en simple, c'est la meilleure victoire de mon carrière, ça c'est sûr.
Où est-ce que tu vas chercher cette confiance-là? C'est vraiment c'est assez remarquable quand même là, pour un jeune joueur comme ça contre le 6e mondial. Comment ça s'explique, cette confiance-là?
Oui, mais je pense que, comme j'ai dit, c'est un peu le travail que j'ai fait et je vois que j'ai toujours fait de l'amélioration dans mon jeu. Alors quand je vois que je suis capable dans l'entraînement et même dans les matchs que j'avais cette année, que je peux jouer avec les meilleurs du monde, ça donne confiance et voilà, c'est ça. Alors, c'est tout le travail que j'ai fait et les bons matchs que j'avais avec les joueurs. J'ai battu quelques joueurs dans le top 25 pendant les dernières 2 années. Alors, oui, c'est ça. Et aujourd'hui, j'ai juste joué. J'ai pas pensé trop sur le terrain de le moment où que je peux battre quelqu'un dans le top 10. Alors si tu peux pas penser trop comme ça, c'est mieux.
La foule t'aime beaucoup, tu as pu voir ce qui s'est passé. Parfois, tu demandes à la foule de réagir. À quel point c'est important pour toi de faire ça? Qu'est-ce que ça t'apporte? Oui,
mais je ne demandais pas, ils sont incroyables. J'ai fait rien. ils sont incroyables. Mais ça m'aide beaucoup. C'est vraiment sans eux, un match comme ça, c'est difficile de gagner. Je pense qu'ils m'ont aidé beaucoup et à la fin, j'ai joué très bien et c'est sûr que je pense qu'ils m'ont aidé là.
De quoi tu es le plus fier de cette victoire-là? Qu'est-ce qui te fait le plus plaisir là-dedans?
Mais c'est sûr, le ranking, qu'il est un joueur dans le top 10, ça c'est sûr, mais par exemple, j'avais le break dans le troisième et il m'a brisé, mais j'ai resté concentré et calme et j'ai fait une bonne bataille jusqu'au dernier point à la fin. Alors, je suis fier de ça. Ça, c'est sûr. Mais c'est sûr que je suis très fier de la victoire juste des joueurs que j'ai battus aujourd'hui.
Ton niveau d'énergie pour demain?
Oui, c'est difficile de dire maintenant. Je vais voir demain quand je vais réveiller, mais c'est sûr que... honnêtement, je suis fatigué, c'est sûr. Mais j'ai joué beaucoup de matchs. Mais j'ai pensé la même chose devant ce match. J'ai pensé que je n'ai pas trop dans moi physiquement, mais voilà, j'ai joué un des meilleurs matchs de ma carrière. Alors peut-être que si je vais être fatigué demain, ça va être bon pour moi.
Parce qu'il y a toujours le dilemme, quand tu dis un joueur comme toi qui est sur une bonne séquence, il est fatigué, mais aussi il y a beaucoup de tennis, beaucoup de situations de match. Alors des fois, des choses qui... est-ce que tu as vu aujourd'hui que tu te dis, bon, si j'avais pas eu tous ces matchs-là, peut-être que j'aurais pas réussi?
Exactement, non. Si je suis fatigué, c'est une bonne chose. Ça veut dire que j'ai joué beaucoup de matchs. Alors, ça veut dire aussi que j'ai beaucoup de confiance. Et moi, je préfère être un peu fatigué et avoir de confiance que être frais et pas de confiance du tout. Alors, c'est mieux comme ça, c'est sûr.